into 15. Keep your eye out on this one, guys. I'll see everybody shortly, though, at the big desk. Joey, send them off.
Yeah, have a good weekend, Hangry Wife. Yeah, we got UFC this week, and I hope everyone's had a fantastic one. 2 title fights. We had a solid trading session as well, too. One wrong name, essentially trading 7 of them, so another good one. I hope everyone has a fantastic Friday, and don't ruin it just because it may not be your day. Okay.
Yo. Welcome back, everybody, to, this is a double check our mics. Okay,
Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, you good?
Who did Canada get in the last pot there? I didn't see. Did they? Don't worry, just tell me after. Okay, so right now, I don't even know if it's selected yet. Okay, we'll continue to watch that. Just message me, Sharif, because I'd have your mic on. Oh, here we go. I'm going to close it. I don't know who they got. All right, I'm short the TQs.
Nice.
Right now, does it show it on there? No, I have to take a position. I'll take a fill on it, and then it'll pop up. And yeah, so it was a pretty good afternoon here in the midday show. I mean, the NASDAQ kind of battled their way back a little bit, getting back to some key levels, 25,760. We double touched that. That's why we decided to go short right now. So we are now short the NASDAQ right into here and long SOFI. I'm getting out of SOFI. I'm almost completely out of it, to be honest with you. So yeah, welcome back. It's Friday. I'm not expecting too much volume here into the close, but heading into a Friday where Bitcoin's really starting to lose it right now, back down through 90,000 right here goes Bitcoin. 89 just breached right now, so we'll see where we're going on that one. Just making sure that I have enough positions ready to go. There's IBIT down 4%, looking to see if we can hold that $50 mark there, IBIT. But yeah, so far so good. Pretty choppy. I think I see someone in the chat there, unlucky guy there, talking about it's pretty choppy today. I would agree with that for somewhat. Some names to have clear direction. Like you were trading Netflix this morning, and what a good deal that's been. It looks like for Netflix and Warner Brothers. Should be another story there to talk about for a couple weeks to see where that price goes with that price action. But Tesla's a good stock today. Just going back to zeros though right now. I thought Tesla was on a mission this morning there, Obi, and just
the long was nice. Until it wasn't.
Stops at 460 almost, like 459, sort of a high there. Now underneath VWAP. So we're short the market and seeing what will happen here in the next couple hours. But we'll take your questions this afternoon. We'll talk about Warner Brothers and Netflix, as we said. Yep. Some of the AI stories that have been heating up. We have the World Cup draw right now. It's almost over with. Canada looks like they got a good pot there, good group. So yeah, Qatar, Canada. I closed it. I'll double check it. Again there.
How does that like work? Because I don't know what that.
Yeah, so there's the top seeded teams in the whole basically FIFA rankings.
Right.
I think there's 10 groups this time of 4 in each group.
Okay.
And
what are you picking out of a hat?
Yeah.
Like what? Like your placement in the.
Yeah. So they had Tom Brady picking. They had Shaq picking. So
cool.
what happens is, and then the next tier of teams goes in like the next group, the next tier again, and then you just draw, and then whatever team comes up goes into that particular group, and it based on rankings and where you're located. Like you can't have 2 teams from like the African nations in the same group, so they have to divide it all up. Anyway, there's a whole mathematical thing about it all, but yeah, it was fun times, and a lot of people interested in that. We have I think it's 3 games here just down the street, so it's gonna be really popular times here. It's great for businesses, obviously.
Yeah, that's right away where my mind went. I'm just like, all right, cool. If you were gonna have a crowd coming in, I mean, think about when the Swifties were in town. Like people who had Airbnbs.
Oh, Taylor Swift. Yeah.
People who had Airbnbs, people who had, were supplying some of the incoming demand. It definitely, made a pretty penny there. So
for sure.
Definitely,
rent out my house.
Take a piece of,
So that's what we're doing. That's what we're talking about here into the afternoon. Talking about our weekend, things like that, and then some possible trade ideas right now, like this short on the Qs. But how did you want to? Well, we can keep going.
We can kind of.
We're going to do the rundown soon, anyways.
Yeah. So 'tis the season. So I painted a Christmas tree this morning here on Netflix. But it did finally come in. I was talking to Sean about this. I was just like, I definitely sure I was able to manage risk there and stay alive for the move when it did come in. But when I'm getting so aggressively, biased about mispricing, and I'm just like, yeah, this has no business up here above 101s, above 102s especially, and maybe even 103s. I do have to be a little bit more patient. Like, it doesn't matter what I think. You just got to wait for the right side of the move and get aggressive, and even more so through VWAP as well. So I tried doing that a little bit there. Did not really re-engage below VWAP, and that's kind of that was a bit of a miss on my part there as well, below VWAP, but managed to get that reversion to VWAP off of that exhaustion that we got all the way up to 105. So yeah, a bit of a round trip on Netflix, but you know, it is what it is. Where's the next trade? That's what I'm looking for here. Since then, though, it's been kind of consolidating sideways in and around 100. You know, we're getting some price acceptance for the past couple of hours here, just chopping around in a 50-penny range, sub $100. So yeah, good look there. I don't know if there's anything left here. If we can kind of crack above with some distinction and the market starts to get going too, then yeah, maybe I like the long back towards VWAP through 100. But I'm going to stay patient, watch that one. And yeah, a lot of people talking about Farm Trader in the chat saying TGL. Yeah, I was talking to one of my buddies there about TGL as well. That thing's been moving around pretty nicely. So shout out to anybody who's been trading it successfully here. We can take a quick look at that one as well. I don't know if you've seen this one. TGL. Treasure Global. This was definitely giving out some treasure today. Another runner here, sure, it's not as extravagant or as aggressively volatile as the SMX, but you still get them. You still get a pretty decent push there. 250% roughly from the morning crumble, where it was barely doing any sort of volume, starts to halt around and maybe bring in some attention and bring in some volume for a 250% push, and now we're seeing a little bit of a reversion back into VWAP here as we hit 26s all the way from around $7.50 off of the open, now chopping around 18.50, which is VWAP right here on TGL. So I know a lot of people were involved in that one. Yeah, I see you guys talking about Tesla. We just talked about Tesla as soon as you sat down. The long was really nice off of the open, and maybe this secondary leg as well, but it false broke that opening range high, only to have sellers step right back in and bring us all the way back down to opening range low. So it went full circle a couple of times before kind of coming back into VWAP and now just going sideways around 155s here on Tesla. So I'm not really looking at much else here. I see that iRobot is tanking, so IRBT here, so some strong selling happening here. I don't know if there's something going on here, but technical break as well. Look at that consolidation low break gives you another about 6-7% to the downside here, below $4 on iRobot. So this was pretty nice off of the open. For those of you who caught the long, $5 never really followed through $5. It got to $4.95, and then since then just slam city. So yeah, 377s currently on the day. iRobot doing some cleaning up.
Nice one, yeah. Grab your Roombas, the maker of Roomba, of course. And Amazon tried to take those guys private a while ago. So
yeah, they tried.
Yeah, they tried, and then that was denied. I think that would probably get through these days with a different administration.
Yeah.
All right, so we have something called the stock visualizer. I see a lot of people saying, oh, we covered WHLR, iRobot, Netflix, everyone's putting it in here. So this is what we have, and it was built by Fabian. I want to thank him for that. And what it does is take all of these votes. You type $Apple, $TQQ, like I'm in right now, and that will populate into this feed. And then once that does happen, we get these little nice bar graphs. So I'm going to kill it. So right now we'll start brand new fresh because, you know, SMX had 254 votes, and it was a real popular look. Okay, now everyone's pumping them in there. Netflix, Tesla, and the story goes on and on and on and on again. So we'll have to just keep on watching this. There goes Netflix. We'll take an eye on it. Ooh, back down to $100. Also gives us an opportunity to quickly look at some of the prices and the movement. But without any further ado, let's go back over at Sharif. We've got the rundown going. Keep your votes going, and we'll double check this. And as you notice, look behind us, man. It's also on the board there behind us. So we have an opportunity to share that as we have the big desk in behind, and it's Sharif with the rundown. Let's go see what names you want us to discuss.
Welcome to the afternoon rundown, the show where we decide what we talk about every afternoon. Obi in for Neil today, but the big boys, they are locked and they are loaded and they're ready to look at the tickers as decided by you. But the only way to get the tickers, yes, on the afternoon rundown is to get into the chat and vote, but you gotta vote using the following formula. Throw in that $ followed by whatever ticker your heart so desires, automatically populates thanks to Fabian. Let's have a look at all 4 major averages, and 3 of them are green, 1 of them is red. And the best performing major average on the day is the NQ, up 0.4, but well off the highs, guys. It looks like we got to 25,869. We're down into 25,726 now, so well off those highs. The ES as well, having a decent day, up 0.25%, trading above 68.75, that key area of technical resistance that we've been talking about, still though below 6,900, as well as the Dow above 48,000 and up 0.33%, kind of the opposite look here for the Russell. Above 2,500, that key technical resistance, but down 0.33% on the day after having a really good day yesterday for the small cap Russell 2000. SMX, guys, were you surprised at all that this was going to be the #1 ticker on the rundown? Up 106%, but well off that 490 high, guys. We're down 290 now. $200 off the area highs. I can give you the reason why this is running. They made some sort of molecular detection system for gold bars to find out if the gold has been faked or some sort of bamboozlement has happened. But something tells me that has nothing to do with why this thing is running up. Probably has something to do with the 33% short float that it had as of September 30th. You feel maybe some of those shorts have been squeezed now, though, boys.
I wonder how expensive it is. Well, actually, why don't you go ahead and I'm going to double check what the short request would be here.
Can I get a price check on SMX, please?
Yeah, sure, no
yeah,
right up.
The low a few days ago, just a post split was $3 right here, Sean, and we did that 1 to 8 split. So this is an instance of a post split runner, and I remember the first day as well, and I was like, okay, this is potentially setting up for a little bit of a liquidity trap, and didn't really kind of give too much time there. Just started trapping right off the bat there, pulled up all the way up to 76s, failed to follow through 29s, and then take a look at this leg from last, last trading day, Thursday right here. We got up all the way up to 150s, 160s, and then another leg today all the way up to 490s, clipping that pre-market high in the 4.5s right there. But decent reversion right now all the way back down. But here's the thing, man, this thing is still stair-stepping up. Don't know if this is, I don't necessarily want to call tops on this thing. I don't necessarily want to be like, okay, this is something for, a long-term hold or whatever, but the crazy amount of volatility kind of speaks for itself, and the short prices have been absolutely crazy as well. I think when we checked earlier this morning, it was $1,300 per lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Round, and then it kind of dropped sub 1K as well for a little bit. But
yeah,
what is it?
It's 400.
Right? It's 400 now.
So $400 for 100 shares to short it. So you need to make $40 in order to pay it back. And then the thing is that resets at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If you don't get that big move in the next couple hours, then you will not be able to take advantage of the short there right here, everybody. Yeah, so look, just real quick here, SMX, I mean, Obi just covered all the levels. I don't have too much more to add to this other than the float is 1 million shares. So 1 million share float. This has 21% as a short float. I don't know how much sort of, weight I put into that. I don't know exactly, that's couldn't be accurate. I would think that right now there's probably a bunch of bags holding onto this short and creating much more than a 21% short float. I mean, we talked about it. It's just being rigged up here. I mean, Obi nailed some of the talk there, and it's just this is what winds up happening sometimes in the market. Players and stocks just get real excited, and they understand the makings of a short squeeze, and then you get a short squeeze. So
and float cornering.
Yeah, exactly. It's just they're really handcuffing traders when they can sort of add up all the shares and figure out that, yeah, there still is a quite significant short out there, and they can run it and get people stopped out and margined out and everything. So most of you out there understand all this. We talk about it all the time. There's been many examples of stocks like this. So yeah, SMX, if you were brave enough to trade it today in the morning, good on you, man, because that definitely printed here quite nicely to the upside there, and gave everybody an opportunity until it didn't. It's not even like it was easy to find the top there. I mean, there's not like a volume profile here that would have told me that that was the top. So I don't know, just good luck to everybody if they're going to continue doing it. I do think it's a slippery slope, one that you have to be very, very careful with moving forward here with SMX. All right, back over to Sharif.
All right, guys, Netflix down 2.5%, but bumping back above that $100 area. Looks like there was a big buyer here at $99.50. All right, here's the deal, guys. They're looking to acquire, of course, Warner Brothers Discovery. The terms of the deal are as follows. They're going to pay about $82.7 billion, which accounts for about $27.75 a share, expected to close 12 to 18 months after the planned spin-off of Warner Brothers Discovery's global network division, which is expected to be spun off in Q3 of 2026. So you're going to add 12 to 18 months from Q3 of 2026. In return, WBD shareholders will receive $23.25 in cash. In addition, they will get $4.50 in Netflix stock per WBD share that they own. Separately, though, we got this headline midday that Paramount Skydance, PSKY, is weighing a higher bid for Warner Brothers, and they want to take that bid directly to shareholders, circumventing the board, guys. Another saga in a long, long story.
Yeah, and I think...
Yeah, no, I mean, I actually just saw a story, I was looking for it. I said Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos tells investors on Friday that he is highly confident that the regulators and the process will come out victorious for Netflix and will win approval of the streaming giant's proposed purchase of Warner Brothers, but does acknowledge that there are hurdles ahead.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, I mean, it is going to be a problem, I would think. I mean, now you have some more competition coming through, but hey, man, once a deal is agreed upon, it's agreed upon. These aren't just handshakes. There's actually breakup fees and all that are associated with things like this. So before we get involved with that, I don't know exactly what the breakup fee is or if it even exists, but there has to be something involved there. You just don't announce.
Flakes?
Pardon me?
For Flakes? It's like 5-point-something billion.
Billion, yeah, right, yeah. So
billion, yeah.
I don't think that will fly there. The deal's been agreed upon. And look, if Paramount can come in and do something that sort of rattles the chains there, a little bit of the cage, then I think we could eventually see something happen here. And I don't know what that would do to Netflix stock. I mean, I don't think people necessarily look like they're liking this deal right now for Netflix anyways. But I do. I think there's a good opportunity here for Netflix shareholders to, rejoice. Like you want to get all the content in the world that you can possibly get your hands on. They probably overpaid for TKO and many different streaming properties that they've tried to acquire and different events that they put on. Like I don't even think they made money on that Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight, although it was the most watched live event in the history. I don't think it was, or fight, I don't think it's more popular than the World Cup finals, but, definitely a huge property there. And yeah, I think Netflix continues to fight the fight, and I think the deal will close. So that's the story on Netflix. Just watch out, that bottom 98.50. I like it because now it gives us something to play off of, Obi, so that's a good little area there to look back. I don't think we get there tonight unless something happens, but I think on Monday, Tuesday, any day moving forward, this is a very, very interesting level. Look at 98, 98.50. If we didn't break it today, then why would we potentially ever break it? Unless there's some more negative news. So that's why it's very, very key. Warner Brothers Discovery here. Obviously, they're liking the deal. I have to cover. I'm stumbling a little bit here because I'm trying to cover. Now we just did some of the TQs, but I wanted to get this out right now. So there it is. This is probably on that story that Sharif just dropped right there, that there is potentially a new bid, so you get it a little bit of a higher price there. I think the total deal goes out at $27.75. Closing there, third quarter 26. So the premium seems to be close right now to being right. And yeah, we'll just look forward.
What do you think about this
at Warner Brothers Discovery here. And then this is why thankfully, I just got out a little bit there. I still hear Sharif's mic, by the way, Andre, which is fine. 5610, Sharif likes the new Jag. All right, so just took out right there. You can see in the background, many of you, I see you in the chat, that's Sia, so wave, Sia. There she is. We've seen her many times, well, not many times, I think just one time on the stream last week, and preparing for next week. I think Adara has a couple days off. I think either next week or the week after, and Sia will be filling in for that, so getting ready, and Sharif's training up there, so that's what it is, talking about Jaguars.
Nice, yeah. For Netflix, man, I think that this consolidation is pretty interesting. That wick low all the way down to 97.75s right off of the open. That was pretty interesting as well. Strong push, beautiful reversion as well. Almost 100% reversion. We got almost down to some of these pre-market consolidation low levels. Not yet to day low levels. Don't even know if we're going to get there, right? But when it did come in through VWAP, that was pretty aggressive selling. You can see that, 50% retracement, 60% retracement. But we've found a little bit of acceptance, like I was saying a little bit earlier, for a couple of hours in about a 50 penny range, 99 halves to 100. Now we're trading a little bit above here. So I'm just going to be continuing to watch this at VWAP here, see if sellers kind of step back in or they decide to step back in. Bigger picture, we're in a downtrend, right? That's what I'm looking at here. And that's what I pointed out in the morning session as well. Bigger picture, we've been selling off since earnings, and not only since earnings, we've been selling off, let's go higher time frame right here to the monthly. We've been selling off since those all-time highs at 134. It's now, again, these are split adjusted prices, but take a look at this, Sean. Bigger picture, right side of the V, right? Where's the next support level that is a little bit significant? I think maybe 82s, 83s, and maybe even this. Does this resistance from prior turn as a support? And that's just sitting in and around 70 halves here on Netflix. So this is a monthly chart. You can see it's been on an absolutely crazy run since 2022. Beautiful V-shaped recovery. It kind of takes a while to grind all the way back above this multi-month sell-off here that we did have underneath that 70. So interesting action on Netflix. Now with the deal with WBD, I think it could be interesting in the coming weeks here to see who actually kind of wins that bid. People are saying, oh, Netflix is locked in, but I'm also seeing that, Paramount could also just go to shareholders and kind of deal with it themselves. WD, one second, what's WMD? No. What's I'm forgetting the stock.
WBD.
Here. WBD. Okay. Yeah. So Warner Brothers.
I'm like just obsessed right now because is it true that Canada and Italy are in the same pot? And then the word on the street right now is that Canada will face Italy in Toronto.
That's going to be huge.
I'm already getting goosebumps about how freaking wild Italy is. Not even close, but that is like. That is crazy if that winds up happening.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Holy.
City's going to go off.
Woodbridge on fire.
Yeah.
That is going to be absolutely insane if that goes down. Those tickets will be, honestly, 10 to 15 grand a seat, easily, I would say, for that game.
So I should start buying them now.
You have tickets?
I should start buying them now?
This is the problem. So Italy's, I think they're 12th ranked in the world.
Okay.
But can you believe this? They haven't even qualified for the World Cup. So they have to beat Northern Ireland, I think. Then they have to beat Bosnia or something like that to qualify. Okay. That is going to be like, that is insane if that winds up happening. Like people that are from Toronto or whatever, you just, the Italian population here, this is the second most amount of Italians in one city outside of the country itself. So it's New York is number one, and then Toronto's number two. So for everybody in New York, like what would happen if it was, Italy versus USA there at MetLife or whatever? It would just be, I think it would be insane. But anyways, I digress. Sorry about that. Back to Warner Brothers Discovery. That's amazing. That winds up happening. But anyways.
WBD kind of back at highs there. So we did hit $26. That's the high a day right now. So it is catching a little bit of a bid. It seems like, Sean, this $25 level held bid as well. That was the opening range low, and you can see that steady selling off here. This is a 15-minute chart. For about an hour, for about 45 minutes, roughly, we held that $25 like a champ all the way back up to 26s. So gotta read into some of the deals to see how, it's not an all cash deal. There is some stock, some cash as well. So should be interesting how this kind of pans out. So that's what I'm watching for those two.
All right, guys, let's go on to the next one. SOFI down 6 3/4 after announcing they're going to raise $1.5 billion in an offering. Not much other than that to say, but here's what the proceeds of the offering will go to: strengthening their capital position, as well as increasing the financial flexibility for the company, improving capital management, and then most importantly, of course, funding future growth initiatives. Specifically being mentioned by the company is the tokenization of assets. Guys, SOFI did quite well on their last earnings report, up 38% year over year on that revenue number, and bringing in about $140 million worth of profit.
Something I found digging into exchanges and stumbled across
BTCC.
Top 30 globally, but here's the wild part. They've never been hacked. While major exchanges keep getting rocked, BTCC stayed untouched. Zero KYC if you are in the United States, Canada, or Europe. And through Trader TV, you get 100 USDT coupons for registering, plus 15% bonus that covers losses up to 15K USDT. Seriously, what am I missing here? Scan the QR code for more information.
What you're missing over there. Yeah, good job there. What was the stock we were just talking about? SOFI, right. I just had it up and I was looking over at my Q's trade here. Again, so I agree with Sharif 100%. Like, what a great earnings report they did have. And SOFI has had a great move back up to the top end of their range, right? Creating new highs up in the $32. The problem right now, and I think it's kind of like, it's funny because we had Mitch on, and he comes on from Trade the Pool. He comes on all the time, well, once a week anyways, and was calling like SOFI the next Palantir. So I don't think that, but I get where he's going with it, and that is that the valuation, where this name can grow into and whatnot, does have very much upside. Now, it would have been one thing if you make the call down here at $8 or $9 and it triples or quadruples to the upside there. But in and around here, I think it's just trying to settle out. So what I get from SOFI here is just a big clumping up right now and getting ready to bust through. And as we talk about valuation, we talk about where the Qs are in that story and where many of these names are, the financials and whatnot. SOFI doesn't have necessarily the greatest PE when you're comparing it with, other financial properties, right? But they're just more of a brand new name. I don't have to tell everybody that either. Where is their PE? 49 and 50. You look at some other bank names, are going to be like sub 10. So it is expensive when you're comparing it to the historical norms. But I really think you're paying for growth here and the opportunity to get bigger and better. And we've seen names like Robinhood and now SOFI get hit really strongly and badly on crypto weakness. So this news today sent this name down 8% early. And again, it's a offering, $1.5 billion worth at $27.50. It looks like that's right where we want to close out today. So I like it when Anthony Noto, CEO of SOFI, continues to buy shares. So generally speaking, that's a good sign, right? Then you have this raise, and why are they raising money? Hopefully, apparently it's for growth opportunities. So we like that. I like that opportunity here to get into SOFI, down 7% on something that I don't necessarily think is a negative story. So let's just play price action today. I did buy a little bit more in my own account earlier today, and then we bought some off the sticky note. It was the #1 trade idea for me today. It is my #1 P&L name. It is the #1 P&L on the stream. I only have it one time. We stepped up, we put on a decent amount of shares, and we nailed it. And it's just about having that confidence early. And what we did, Obi, was exactly the plan. You sat down here and I told you what my new idea was. Wait for stock to settle down a little bit and find its footing. Well, the first 6 or 7 bars, 7 minutes on here was just straight downside pressure. Once we bounced off the posted level of $27, I was like, okay, let's go. And that gave the juice that we needed to the upside, and there goes SOFI. So that was 27.20. We took a 27.20 break, and our best outs are 27.90s. So not bad, or 27, maybe 27.80s. Yeah, 27.88. And now we just sort of go sideways pretty much all afternoon. We'll take advantage when we get up here and get a little bit out. I like this SOFI trade, and we're going to see if it continues to work out for us. I don't necessarily want to buy more on this dip. I think the next time we looked at buying something would be in the 200 period moving average. So around $20 to $21 here for SOFI. Go Rams, go. They play in SoFi Stadium in LA.
Okay.
Okay, let's go back. I know you want to talk about it. We're running on this. But.
I mean, sure. No, that's fine.
All right, let's go back to Sharif, and then we'll give Obi the next stock.
We're going to talk about Meta, Sean, and they acquired a new company here. They're not just acquiring people, they're acquiring companies. They acquired an AI wearables platform named Limitless, and Limitless CEO here said, I'm excited to share that Limitless has been acquired by Meta. Here's why we joined forces. This is a post via X. Essentially, they are an AI wearables company, which fits in right with Meta's moat as they look to switch just from being an advertising company, social media company, into a devices company.
All right, thank you. Yeah, no, Meta with an aggressive move today, and reversing a little bit of selling that we got from prior day as well. Meta was up pretty strong in the pre-market yesterday. You can see here 686.98 was the high right there. Strong quadunk off of the open, about a 50% retracement. Pretty much sideways chop there for the rest of the trading session yesterday. Couldn't even break below 660s with any sort of distinction. Coming in today, guess what? We still do not break below 660s, only to get a little bit of a trickle back up into 675. Still can't print that hole though. 674.68 is the day high right now, but sideways consolidation is what I'm seeing after a strong push up here on Meta. Bigger picture, you can see that we've been kind of trending up into this here over the past couple of weeks, and then a strong push up into 690. So let's see if we can get through that 700 mark here, but because this is that consolidation low, or consolidation lows and highs from earnings day one on Meta. We got a strong quadunk all the way from 760s, but recovering pretty decently so far.
Like that word quadunk, but if you are interested here in OGen, when seconds count, you don't have time to wait for just treating symptoms. This NYSE-listed orogenic symbol, OGEN, is rewriting the rules of neurological care. We're looking to develop the first FDA-approved treatment for concussion. So see our link in description, find out more about orogenics. And you know, obviously the concussion market is absolutely huge one, with more and more information coming out about concussions. Go find out more with orogenic symbol OGEN on their NYSE listed exchange. Yeah, I mean, good, you know, good technical look there. Good talk about Meta. So for me, I saw someone in the chat say that they got those Ray-Bans and they're quite awesome. And we have Oculus at my place as well, and it's great. I mean, the kids love. I don't think they've used it in 6 months, but when they do, they like it. And I don't know. I don't love that whole move into the metaverse and everything like that. And I know that there's a 30% cut in metaverse spending, which was just announced, and that's why we get this bump up right now. So I think that that's well deserved for the stock. I don't want them to put too much money into that, but again, you know, Zuckerberg's a man with a plan. And at the end of the day, I think Sharif nailed it with the fact that they're basically poaching top talent. So who knows what's around the corner. If they do want to put some investment into the metaverse and into these glasses, into the Oculus, all of that, I think eventually they'll figure it out, and it will be, you know, a staple in many homes. It's pretty cool to be able to sit there and watch a concert and not be there. Like, honestly, like, I think part of being at a concert is being there, but some people, I think there's a market for sitting courtside at the Lakers game and just chilling out in your couch and watching it with friends. Like, that's where I see Oculus going, and I just think it's a great sporting event tool. I think it's a great opportunity to hang out and just get that new experience of sort of not being, I forget what the word is called, but you know, the spatial, like not being in the same area as your friends and being able to experience watching a movie together, all of that. So I think Meta does have an opportunity to get back up to the upside, but from a technical standpoint, you're right at the 200 period moving average. If you're able to buy it down here and you're holding it for a swing trade, you win. You got the lows, and it came all the way back up to the 200 period and the 50 period, which is kind of forming a death cross. It still doesn't look that great to me, but it is a great recovery. I'm long into Meta, been here for a very, very long time, and actually feel like we should have bought some down here. We were talking about 600, but the problem is when it comes in, you always think it's going lower. And sometimes you got to close your eyes and buy, right? And just trust the process, and that would have worked down here near $600 for Meta. And if you are feeling some kind of ways about it, just get out right now, man. You're up more than 15% from those lows in just about 2 weeks. So congratulations to anybody that held on to Meta. I'm not in it today. I think it breaks higher. I think it breaks through 675. If this market goes, the market goes. I'm net short right now because I'm short the Qs, but we've just been covering every time it gets back down into here. So it doesn't look like the market may not want to do anything into the afternoon. It's 2:35. Many more discussions here about individual stocks, but let's just go hammer out. I think it might be the last one on this rundown. So we'll get Sharif to give us this one, and then Sharif, enjoy your weekend.
Appreciate you, my man. I appreciate you, Sean. You as well, of course. And Obi, let's talk about TGL. This was a monster mover during the midday. Look at that move up, guys. A huge day for TGL. When we started off the show this morning, this thing was trading at $6.75. It is working its way back into the high of the day now, into 26.5. And there's really not a whole lot of reasons, or many reasons at all, why this thing's running. A reverse split reduced the outstanding shares to about 848,000, bringing the float to less than 1 million shares. Obviously, that affects liquidity and the price action. But there are also new fintech initiatives for this company, which is Treasure Global Incorporated. They're including Oxy Wallet and UNI RWA tokenization were highlighted as some of the reasons why this company can expand in 2026. But you got to feel with a price action like this, guys, it is more the squeeze than any fundamental reason.
Because there's still 11 million shares outstanding, but I mean, similarly to that SMX trade, I was just looking at it. There's nothing really here on the Benzinga Pro platform that surprises me too much. 6% short float and 11 million shares. So there's not, I don't really want to go over, we've already talked about sort of the movement that you can see in some of these shorted names or short float names. But here it is, TGL, sorry. I was still looking at that meta trade, but I don't know, Obi, you know, it's a halt fest, and it's just, I don't even know how many halts it's had here today. This is what my halt scanner looks like. TGL, 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 WHLR, TGL, WHLR, TGL. This is, okay, and that starts at down here is 1:45. This is 45 minutes ago. It halted every single time it reopened. So I think this is a very, very dangerous name to trade, and eventually it falls back. We all do know that. Eventually these things find their home, sort of where they started. And TGL, that story is still out. So it just looks like we've double touched, or at least double touched, up here around $25 to $26. To me, that looks like we might be over with right now, and maybe that is the high. And you know, heading into the close, the volume's not dissipating. I mean, it's staying real strong. So I would still say there could be another move in here. And I would say if you are going to go short, if you're short here at 25 bucks, it actually, you'll get an opportunity to get out. It shouldn't halt before it breaks this top of 26.50 or whatever. So I think if you put an offer at 20, I guess it's 27.50, but I'd go right here, 26.50. So I think that gives you $2 or so worth of space. And if it breaks 26.50, I think you just mark it out. So if you take 100 shares or so short of this name, I think you can be rewarded with a couple $100 and give yourselves about a $200 risk to the upside there. So I think this falls into the afternoon, but you know, we have there's the trade sort of that I would look at this, TGL, short around now, maybe 25 bucks, see if you get another little bump up, and then use that 26.50 sort of area as you're like, I'm wrong, and your oh crap moment of punching out. And that's where we use stop orders, right, Obi? I mean, you can easily control risk in situations like this. You just hope that you don't miss, or that the spread opens up too much that you miss your punch, right? But here it comes. So there you go. So I think you can maybe even run that short right now against 26.50. Give yourselves a little bit of room.
Yeah, I think so. I like this TGL. We were just talking about it pulling back into VWAP, and guess what? Since then, we've came right back up to highs right there. Don't forget, it is the end of the week. And okay, I'm just seeing this now. It just had that split 1 to 20, and you know, just like SMX, another post-split runner. So the question becomes, I don't know if this specifically had a catalyst other than that split, but maybe it's people just chasing, looking for that next SMX, because SMX has been running for the past couple of days there, and you always have that volume kind of chasing in, being like, you know, people are looking for the next SMX because they lost on an opportunity or missed an opportunity or whatever have you on that. So decent pushes. I like the pullback there back through that 25. We got all the way down to 16s there as well, but coming right back in. Kind of curious to know if this will crack those highs, 27 halves, and maybe take a leg a little bit higher here. So let's go to a higher time frame real quick, take that VWAP off so it's not as messy. You can see here, wow, okay, a little bit of a repeat offender. Look at this. This is how you know. This is how you know that you know. You really think, Sean, that this stock was at some point $1,386,000?
Yes.
There you go. So pre-split, yes, of course.
Yeah,
it's been split a few
lie,
times.
yeah.
1 to 70 split.
Oh my God.
And then there's a 1 to 50 split that happened in 2025 of April, and then we're getting one just I guess today as well. Yeah, December 5th, 1 to 20. So it does kind of do this thing over and over again. Treasure Global, perhaps, if you're waiting for those opportunities to present themselves. Yeah, that's my look on TGL. Where's the next trade? Getting stopped out of that Netflix is not it. That's coming right back into 101s and pulling up. So that consolidation, that acceptance for a while held pretty decently on the flakes, and now we're getting a leg back up into VWAP here. So be patient. I'm patient. I'm looking for sellers there, and I think VWAP might be a good place to kind of dabble and get involved as well. So let's take a quick look at where that may lie after I throw it up on the chart here. 101.7s. 101.07 is where that VWAP is on my chart. Here you can see nice little consolidation for over an hour. Let's see how much that is specifically. Hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. And then we catch a bit of a bid breaking this trend, breaking this downtrend, and accelerating back towards VWAP for a little bit of a mean reversion. So interesting stuff here. I'll be patient. I'm willing to, like I said in the morning, I'm willing to be wrong before I am right more often than not.
There's a story about Google here that I think Adaro will drop to us in just a couple of seconds. How about now?
How about now? And here's the story. House of Representatives Subcommittee on Homeland Security sending a letter to Google. What is the letter about? I wish I could tell you guys. I don't have any details, but just so you know, that is the story Sean is referring to, I do believe. U.S. House of Representatives Committee on Homeland Security sending a letter to Google. Maybe we'll get a hearing. Who knows? But I will keep you posted on any and all updates as we send you back to Sean and Obi.
Investigates apps potentially hosted by Google that enable users to anonymously report, track federal law enforcement movement. I would say that's a nothing burger, but we'll wait to see. I mean, I just want to say something about that TGL. So what I had said was take the short, get stopped out if it breaks 26.50. So you would have lost about $1, maybe $2 if that would have happened. And I mean, now it's trying to pull back in. You know, these are just trade ideas where I think the risk to reward benefits. If you're looking to go short, I think that's what we're trying to talk about is like, at least there you might have had an out that didn't hurt you, and now you're out of it and you could either get back in or think about what you wanted to do. But potentially, if you're looking at this name, then just do whatever you want with it, because to sit here and predict the price movement of a stock that Obi just showed you used to be priced at $1 million, then I don't really know where this name's gonna go, and I don't know who has control of it, but right now, it's been open for quite a while. This might be the longest it's been open for all day. So maybe it's finally starting to settle down a little bit. And when things start to settle down, then price action will be king. So stay watching on this. If you do see big size maybe showing up on the level 2, one side or the other, that could influence, of course, price action on this name. So, you know, my bad if you took that trade, but I don't think losing $1 or $2 on that was the end of the world. And I'd hope anyways, everyone can adjust their own risk appropriately on what you want to do there. So what's up, Salvador? Hopefully you're doing well. I see you there in the chat. We'll be cooking up hopefully a winner for everybody here on the TQs. And I'll just, again, tell you what I'm thinking. So right now on this short here, it's Friday. I could sort of see us bleeding into the close if that winds up happening. So we'll wait to see what does happen here with the Qs. And I don't mean bleeding. I just mean like kind of like dripping down a little bit. I guess that's kind of like, you know, coming back in, taking out this 200 period. And right now we have just technically like we have support here and it would be resistance, but we have ideas of why we're going short. All right. We put these on at 11 o'clock trying to, on purpose. We just didn't get short right here when it went up there. I was gone. I didn't want to do it. We just put on a small trade just to see how this one would work out. So we did always have an idea in our back pocket that the market would potentially go lower. Then when we came back and sat down, started enjoying our lunch, listening to the midday show, and the next thing we knew, it was up into here, bar-coded, take a little bit of a short, you know, cash it out where we started, make that move back into VWAP again, and just look, man, since 11 o'clock, we haven't been higher than 36.40 on the Qs. So here it is, man. We're starting to drip down. We've got a big trade hopefully on right now. We have about 1.5 units on, so it's decent for us into the close. This is close to the best we've gotten covered through so far. And guess what, man? We're short here at 24. OB, my stop is a break of this area right here. That is 40. If we break above 40, then we can get out of this trade and not even worry about it. So right there, we have about a 15 cent or so worth of risk. And right now, it's about that 15 to 20 cents in the money. So we'll just keep on cashing it out with a feeling of downside. And even on that note, I'm going to put another bid right here, cash some more out at 07. My next bid is at 95. So if we somehow get some 95, there we go, did we just get that? Yes, we did. So if we do get some 95s, that's my sort of my next goal. That was O's there, then back in here into the 90s. And then if you guessed, I have another bid at 80s, then Pikachu, I choose you, because that is exactly where I'm bidding right down into there for that price. So I'm gonna trade the short here into the close. I mean, look, you got names like Microsoft to the downside. I'll double check that Google play just to see if that was any movement on what it dare. Okay, well, Microsoft's actually bounced up a little bit, but still down against the market. And here's what Google's doing. And again, I didn't think that was gonna be a huge story there, but Google trying to hold face for now, up 0.82. What a name. I love some Google, that's for sure. I think this is one of the ones that we got to be involved with in our long-term account.
Seen the strength? Have you seen it on the monthly?
On Google?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, that break, that 160, 180 area, I mean, absolutely amazing
That
area.
and Apple on the monthly. Apple's running for, the volume's speaking for itself.
You have the monthly chart? No, you have Netflix.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I can take a look at the monthly chart here on both of those names. Let's take a look at Google first here on the monthly, and I just want to show you the kind of strength that I'm talking about here. So let's go 1 month. Boom. Look at that, back-to-back months, man. Stonks only go up, and Google, this is, when is this? This is April. So we talk about the April bid, the presidential seal, where, if the president told us to buy, and Google only up from there. You can see the beautiful prior bar holds. Look at that breakout as well, holding that prior bar for a multi-month run-up on Google. So absolute strength into all-time highs, maybe even poised to go higher the final month of the year, right? So interesting stuff happening there. Take a look at Apple real quick. Right now, you can see kind of a similar story, but not as aggressively strong. It's Apple, it kind of chills out a little bit more, but slow and steady. That's Apple right here, and still on a multi-month run. Where's April here? April, right there. So yeah, this was that April.
Oh my, Apple.
On Apple, so pretty aggressive, all the way up from
TGL just
170s, all the way up to 120s right there. So Quadunk.
Halted
down.
See, so this is what I mean. Like, I was talking about the short there at 25.50 or whatever it is. Halt's down through 24.50. There's the halt that just got put into place there. So it's about timing these things, right? So if you're still in it, you'll probably have a decent winner now. But the tap is at $25. Great question by D-Dog there in the chat. And just saying what kind of size are we using here on the Qs? Yeah, lighter than normal. But I saw it, now I have only 1 unit left. Normally, like, if there was a catalyst and, if we were really excited about something here in the afternoon, typically I'd have maybe 2.5, 3 units, something like that. Like if a unit's 100 shares, we have 100 shares now. If a unit is 500 shares, you got 500 shares. And I like to talk like that because I don't really like choose the unit size based on the stock. So I just use 1 unit as 1 unit, and that's why, like, if I'll tell you on Tesla, like, I'm excited for it, but I have half a unit, it would be the same half unit that I would have on the Q. So just a 1 unit play here. And the reason, again, is just like we don't have, there's no catalyst. We're not expecting anything here. There's not any rebalancing tonight of major proportions whatsoever. We didn't have a huge move. I don't know. I didn't look at the European markets today. I don't think there was too much going on there either. So we'll just hold out to see if this trade wants to work for us. We're now out of about half of our total position right now. And I'm thinking about, actually, you know what, I'm just gonna put another bid right here at 06 and just start to capture a little bit of profit as we move forward here with the trade. What's up, Adara?
This part of the show is brought to you by Beta Pro by Global X Canada. And now for some exciting news out of Canada, the sophisticated traders on the stream. Beta Pro by Global X Canada, which happens to be Canada's largest provider of leveraged, inverse, And inverse leveraged ETFs, they've just launched 6 new triple leveraged ETFs. Offering 3x bull and 3x bear exposure to the TSX, S&P TSX 60 semiconductors, and on U.S. Treasuries. But even better, they are offering a special fee rebate, dropping management fees to just 65 basis points until December 31st, 2025. Plus, the U.S.-focused strategies use currency hedging, which offers the potential for pure performance and exposure. If you are a tactical, sophisticated trader looking to amplify your performance, check out betapro.ca/3x daily to learn more. Back to Obi and Sean.
I mean, Adara, like, honestly, you know, she just reads them so well, you know, and it just makes me just look even worse than I am. Thank you, Adara, for that read. Very, very excited there.
You bring the energy with the trading.
Yeah. No, I bring the energy. What do you mean? Oh, just in general, I think I bring the energy. But
Of course.
Uh-oh, what is this? Want us to check. What is this?
Join.
Vote just like this. Chat. Join. GME.
Oh, that's
Confident.
That's Joe over there hitting the button.
Oh, that was Joe. I like that one, Joe. I like that was kind of cool. Yo,
There it is.
where are we? Yo, Joe. What's going on? It's chilly in here, I see.
It's chilly.
Oh, it's either chilly in here or he's about to rob a bank. I don't know what's going on over there. But what was it? Someone just, oh, there it is.
Right. Oh, right.
I didn't even realize that was today. Neil and I were talking about that
Yeah, that's today.
the other day. You know what?
Who's up for
I have
grabs?
to admit it, man, I shit the bed on this. I didn't look at any sort of possibilities. Who's going to join it? I know that Carvana's been on a sweet run lately. There was some talk about Carvana possibly joining the S&P 500. Would love for it if my guy SOFI entered into there as well. Who are they replacing is the question, because often they'll try to replace it. Probably Adara will get this to us. The S&P 500 inclusion this evening will be announced probably around 4 to 4:15. It happens after hours, so as to not influence the market too much.
I have not seen anything on this. I just wanted to let you guys know I did do a quick Google. Some people suggesting maybe Marvell or maybe Carvana, but I also heard some people talking earlier this week saying that Marvell is way too volatile to ever be in the index. So, like, who knows? It's super question mark. And then we know Carvana also recently had that short report. But then again, AppLovin had several short reports recently, and they just joined the index. So who knows? I usually see a lot of social media speculation. I've seen none with today's announcement. And it's worth noting, just because we're scheduled to get an announcement doesn't mean we always do. There was a quarter earlier this year where we just did not get one. So keep that in mind.
Oh, that's
And I got excited there with Marvell.
Yeah,
Oh,
I looked them up right away.
I am already, like, relatively loaded up right there on Marvell.
What
This
is
camera. I like the stock. Okay, that's Marvell. Man, see what I'm saying, Obi? Man, we're bringing energy. We're trying to be a little fun around here. Okay, which companies, according to Kalshi, you heard of this place, Kalshi, before?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, okay. Which companies will be added to the S&P 500 this year? So Adara does proper deep dives. I just go to Kalshi. So Carvana, right now looking to be the lead right there. I can tell you one thing that will not be added to it, MicroStrategy. So I mean, I don't think this will count there, but who knows on that one. Viva Systems. I don't see anything, unfortunately, about my guy in here, Marvell, but there's Robinhood, AppLovin, they're already in, actually, and that's about it. So I don't see anything about Marvell, unfortunately, on here, or SoFi. But the first name that came to my head was Carvana, and I think that's probably because we've talked about it before and maybe even looked at this. So I know Neil was looking over at Kalshi for this kind of stuff. So right now, that looks to be the favorite, but I do take the information from Adara that sometimes it's not necessarily right on schedule. So we'll have to wait to see if there is any additions there. But the reason why I also said Carvana, just because sometimes people know things ahead of time. Like the market is rigged. I've talked about that before. You think this looks like a stock that's getting added to the S&P 500?
Maybe, perhaps.
Yeah, so there goes Carvana. Up, up, and away goes CVNA. And yeah, so to me, this looks like it is prime for a possible addition to the S&P 500. So I don't know if that's why people are banking on that or what, but yeah, this looks pretty good to me there.
Look at that.
So I would say congratulations to Carvana.
That looks really cool.
Oh yeah, now we're
Look
talking.
at that. That's
Now we are talking. I mean, I can't read. So my only suggestion to what's up on the board now, Fabian, it's hard to read that white. Like from
at the top, at the very top. The bottom is pretty.
The bottom is fine, but it's
the glare
there.
at the top. I think it's because of those lights at the
maybe they'll get it all fixed out. We're just trying things out, and this is honestly, man, bang, 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 and awesome. This is what we're doing. We're gonna be. Hopefully, we'll be able to have some segments also on the board. Right. Yeah. So it's like, you know how on some other shows, CNB something, you know, they have people standing in front of boards and looking at charts and all that kind of stuff. So that's the idea there behind us. And then also, of course, we'll be putting up all and every World Cup game that happens right there behind us. We may or may not be doing that.
Perhaps.
It's a good idea, but I don't think we're doing it. There may be some legal situations with doing that. I'm sure we can all appreciate that.
Watch out for that here. So I think
right
got
here. Joe robbing banks over there.
Super T Flex.
Yeah. I made 550 from TGL.
Nice. Congrats.
Was that shorting based on what I said? Probably not, because
Short
you
or
would have
long?
got stopped out. Okay, I guess going long. So remember, that halted at $24. Made it move all the way back up to 28. So again, thank you for the super chat, Papacito, and that was a great chicken dinner winner. Your favorite cut of chicken? We had wings 2 nights ago.
Yeah, I love wings.
Yeah, me too. The way we have a conversation every day. What's for dinner? And I just suggested we had a busy night, so I'll throw down
plain.
Just baked, yeah. Just with garlic, paprika, a little bit of salt and pepper.
I like mine real saucy and spicy.
Yeah. So what we do in our household, because everybody has a little bit of a different flavor profile, we'll just do that. So I'll either bake or barbecue them relatively naked. Like I said, just a little bit of basic spice on there. It's always garlic, salt, pepper, pretty much, and then whatever we're feeling like there. And then I bake them or grill them, and then the kids can sauce them up. We got lots of sauce going on there. I actually like them kind of naked with just those seasonings on them. So I don't know, Joe, you got your mic on? Get it on. I want to ask this guy about wings. I can't ask him about pie. Pie is not a thing.
Pie's a no-no
over there.
for Joe.
I heard, Joe, hey, what's going on? I heard that when I was away a couple weeks ago, we actually got a super chat that was supposed to be buying you pie. Are you aware of this? Or?
Yeah. There's a beer and a pie fund that came in, and
what happened there?
No, hey man, it's still in the store. Apparently, we never picked it up. So
is there? I'm going to make this happen. Is there a pie? Because Neil told me about it, and I looked over to Neil. I'm like, bro, why don't you just go get a pie? You know, like, let's get this all. Is there one that you would prefer, and are you willing to have a small slice of pie if we do bring it in?
Yeah. If we can get some peach, I like peaches. Peach pie. We'll fire that up.
Okay.
But hold on, I heard the wing talk.
Yes, that's initially what you're all about. So, first of all, do you like them breaded? How do you prefer your wings?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with them naked, but I have to go with the ever so classy garlic parmesan.
Yes, gar parm. Okay.
Gar par's there.
That's a win. Okay, the gar par. Okay,
everybody
so
loves
good.
gar
Thank
par.
you, Joe. There, he's figuring out some more options plays right now. No, so I think that's gar par. Good, great job there. We actually got Wild Wings a couple months ago now, and I think it's about time we re-get those. We just have to wait for Brendan to be gone because, you know, when the boss is around, he doesn't let us do these fun things. So we're going to wait, and I think he has some days off next week. So when you don't see Brendan here, you will see
wings every day.
It's actually like 2 weeks from now. So I'm off for a couple days over the next 2 weeks, and then basically the week after I get back, he's off for 2 weeks.
Okay.
I did not mean to throw my pen in disgust there, Brendan. I really want you here all of the time. But no, just playing around. We're going to get some wings.
Okay.
So hopefully you'll come in no matter what. You're always around. Yeah. Obi is around. We have an algo
provide
room.
the liquidity.
Yeah, we have an algo room that you chill out with. You got some friends in there. I know you guys bounce some ideas off of each other, as we all do. And then you have your desk on the other side, all set up for trading. Please tell everybody how many monitors you have on your desk.
Not enough.
Obi, please give.
Dude, they're 1080p monitors.
Obi, please tell them the quantity of monitors.
8.
That means what you said,
all.
not enough?
Yeah, because it's just not enough real estate.
It is enough real estate. 8 monitors? We're not talking about like those little gangster monitors. What's up, Adara?
Well, I just think like it's worth noting, Sean, it's not just that he has 8 monitors, they're set up like a wall around him. Like you can't see.
Right.
Like there's like, it's like a wall-like structure. Like I sit next to him And it's like, it's literally a wall. I just want to put that out there. Too.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I want to use my eyesight to the best of my abilities, right? And peripherals are part of your eyesight. I have stuff in my peripherals where I'm just like, stuff that maybe not as important. But if something makes a drastic move, I'll look at it. I'll see it. I got my X on there. I have maybe some music playing. I got maybe a little bit of Discord to see what other pods are doing as well. I got a bunch of charts. I only trade off of 2 main monitors. One, to be really honest with you, and then other charts and other just looking at different sectors and different stocks as well. So, but at the end of the day, like when I'm focused in a trade, I am staring down one screen and one screen only for the most part.
Focus, man.
For the most part. But
yeah. A little bit, potentially a little.
I got money on my mind.
Don't we all? Don't we all, my
trading.
guy? Don't. Here we go.
Okay, all right.
I'm waiting. Yeah, I think the real question is how many tickers per monitor?
How many what?
How many tickers per monitor? How many
So
charts
on my
per
main monitor, I only have one.
One.
With the futures on the side. But you've seen my display. I like to read order flow. I like to read tape and level 2. Yeah. So there's different ways I like to read it, right? So it's just at the end of the day, I'm probably not even looking at a chart, right? When I'm in the zone and I'm trading, I'm probably not even looking at a chart.
You're not even looking at the charts.
I'm just looking at tape. What do you mean?
I'm not looking right now at the
it's
Fair enough. All right, man. Have fun. I'm sure with you here on Netflix, OB. If it breaks VWAP, I'm out of this one, my boy.
I'm just watching. I'm just dabbling here on the flakes here as well. Google as well, kind of consolidating right here. Yeah, don't you know more monitors, more money? I thought that was the rule. I'm just following the rules.
And how's that been working out, though?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. That's why you want more monitors.
Yeah,
not enough monitors.
I mean, like you say, look around. How many people graduated that program?
Which one?
What do you mean, which one?
Yeah.
The floor that we had.
Yeah. There's none, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Except for you.
Except for me and Wayne.
Obi, I mean, I've already told everybody. Even before you graduated, I anointed you the next one. Even before you graduated.
Yeah.
Let's go, man. Put some respect on my name at some point here too. Of
course.
No, we're just playing around.
So
what Obi's talking about, we're on a prop floor at Real Trading, and similarly to, although Real Trading is, what was the other one we have? Trade the Pool. Real Trading, of course, you can gain more buying power, more risk, things like that, more leverage as we continue to put up numbers and hit a certain level. Then you can graduate, and then all of a sudden the doors open up, the floodgates open up to risk. And we've talked about Obi and his journey many times, and congratulations, obviously, again to Obi. And we sit here and tell you how tough it is, and there's Obi telling you just two graduates basically since you've been hanging around. So that's great. And you've been here quite a long time. And but at the end of the day, trading is a tough and sometimes a lonely business. But you know what just happened here, Joe? We talked about getting reloaded a little bit.
Boom.
Talk about getting reloaded a little bit over here.
Use.
There it is, man. How about VWAP? What up, VWAP? How you doing, Brian Shannon and everybody else out there? There it is. Comes right into VWAP. We take that. We go bang, bang right there as we just getting in what we get out right there. So comes back in VWAP to the 200-period moving average. Look, this man over here is short Google and Netflix. I'm short the futures with the Qs, which is the TQs. And of course, if you're wondering what that is, triple levered ETF. And you can see Beta Pro. This afternoon show, the whole show, is brought to you by Beta Pro and Global X. Please make sure to go check them out as you get triple levered, which reminded me of the TQs, which is triple levered. Wait, listen to some Get Rich and Die Trying over there?
Yeah, I got 50 on the track.
It's 50.
It's 50 on the track.
It's 50. Did you see his Netflix documentary?
No, I want to watch it.
Yeah. Apparently it is the number one watched thing right now. Puff Daddy, I don't even know what it's called, but it's something to do with Dad Diddy and his journey before the days leading up to his arrest and that whole story there. So
you'll say it's pretty good.
Apparently 50 and him had a little bit of beef, which is where that's coming from. But
classic.
Classic, needless to say there in the space. So we'll shout that out. And
I was watching this, 50 was giving this this interview, and he wrote a book. He wrote like a business book.
I think he's a pretty smart guy overall. He's
again, you got to remember, the hustle doesn't matter where you come from.
The man got
business
shot in
is
the face.
business. Right, business is business, and the hustle game's strong. So players like that, I definitely want to learn from, regardless of what people think. But yeah, no, I've grown up listening to his music, and every now and then it just comes up on comes up on my YouTube playlists and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just having it run in the background right here. Looking for the next trade is what I'm asking. But sometimes you don't have to ask 21 questions.
Oh, 21. What's up, this 21 Savage? Shout out right there. Or are you talking about 21 questions on your side? Yeah, 50 Cent again. Yeah, great entrepreneur there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Clothing line, I think everything, probably some kind of.
And Jay-Z, of course, huge entrepreneur.
All right,
well.
yeah, 100%. Let's just get into trading just a little bit right there. Okay, so SOFI does make the move higher right there, breaks into these levels. Like, unfortunately, I was waiting up here at 90 where we already gotten hit once. So we did not get out there, but zooming back in here, and this goes to your point of maybe not looking at charts. We should have been on SOFI a little bit more. I only have 10% left. So let's cash out of 5% of that 10% right now and get on with it here on SOFI. So a quick little out there on, no, I did not get filled yet. So we're offering right now on SOFI, hoping, of course, to get out of that trade. I just put an offer at 68. So I'm actually on NASDAQ. So I'm in this lineup. Right there. But anyways, we're just going to go back and forth with SOFI. Hopefully we're able to get out a nice little top there, bouncing off the 50 period. And again, this is my #1 trade of the day. The reason why that is red is I had too many orders out here and it thought that I was trying to go short because it already accounted for my quantities up there. So it will recode itself as a sell, not a short sell. And we're still waiting. Maybe I'll just go to 67. Oh, shoot. I hate saying that number. Right there. Maybe I'll go to 1 + 6, 6 right there. We'll wait to see if we get a fill there. We're offering there. Hopefully we get it. There it is. So we do get that there. As you see some end prints go through. Sometimes I like to sit on that. N is the New York gateway. They often will get hit before it clears the level. So we talked about dark pools and all of that. So you do pay for those fees, but I do like to sit on the NYSE, which I don't even see anybody on there right now. NYB, no, oh, there it is right there. See, so the lineup is not very long and it gets hit often pretty quickly, but you do got to pay for that fill. So if I was on NASDAQ or ARCA or BATS or EdgeX or something right there, I would have still not be filled. But because we were on the New York there with the exchange, we're able to get out there at 67. So good little fill over on that side, 1 + 6, 6 there. So yeah, Boeing was a name that I've been into. They've had a nice little run over the last couple of days, but they've also been hit over the last couple months. So Boeing now finally getting going, and rhyme intended there. But you did stop at 205 again, which is your 50-period moving average. So this is a name. What was the other one that was battling like this? Oh, Meta, that you had some convergence right now between the 50 and the 200. So right now, Boeing's going to figure it out. The CFO came through. They're now allowed to produce more planes. And I can't remember, Darren might know the exact story there, but Boeing had a monster 10% move.
They guided, basically they're guiding higher deliveries on a year-over-year basis or production anyway. They're guiding for the 787 and the 737, I believe those were the jets. Either way, they're guiding that year-over-year increase. That's good look for the company. Shout out to my man, Kelly Ortberg.
There we go, her man. Yeah, so right into there, good little level. Oh, no, you guys just said, remember I said yesterday, we'll come in and we'll short AEO.
Oh, no.
And we forgot to do that.
Wow, look at that, man.
There we go, Joe. Here's your AEO. I mean, you and I've already said that Joe's winning this bet. I don't think it's getting to $26 anytime soon.
Seems like those jeans haven't been that great.
They've been pretty good, though. But over the last couple of days, they haven't been that great. I saw Sydney Sweeney on Family Feud yesterday, Christmas edition. That was a nightmare. But anyways, pulling back in right now is AEO, so American Eagle. We'll have to wait to see if that play does happen. Like yesterday afternoon, Obi, we were short right here. This was my short. You guys might remember this. We were short right here. This is what broke the streak, man. Of our 12 for 12. We were short right here, Obi, and look at this. See this little wick up there? That's what we got out. And then as soon as we got out, this happened, and then this happened today. So I think we read the chart quite nicely there on American Eagle, but unfortunately the one wick that could have did us in yesterday. It's nice that you could smile about it because we did have a good day yesterday, but that was funny because as soon as that happened, man, it cracked lower. And then I said, to myself and to everybody in the chat there, I was like, okay, tomorrow we revenge trade this. And I said that kind of jokingly, but we should have done that because that's a great short. Like that same area, we could have shorted that again, 24.50, and we would have banked out there. So shout out to everybody in the chat that remembers that fun moment here yesterday. We're entering the hour of power. It's now 3:10. Is it getting warm in here?
It's pretty warm, man. I was saying earlier, like, I don't know if it's in the food, if it is in the food, but I just feel like a little.
Man's never hot, brother.
This guy took off his.
We're always hot. Obi, did you? Obi, did you get any of the?
There you go. That's a great indicator right there.
Obi,
when Joe is dressing down.
Oh, no.
It's pretty warm.
Listen, Obi, I just want to know if you grabbed any of that 128 on Netflix there.
Yeah, I covered on the quarter, bro.
Covered on the quarter. Let's go, my boy.
Easy money.
All right, then. All right. Yeah, cool, man.
It worked out.
Hey, man, we're just big chilling out on this Friday. We got hockey tonight, Katina, man.
I think I got to chill out more with Joe during lunchtime, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be some fun times. So where you guys? So you're in the hockey tonight. I heard you sniped a couple goals last time over there.
Yeah, Mateo was telling you about that, and he was gassed. I'm like, so anyways, we have our buddy who's on the floor, and I invite him to come play with us. And anyways, he's playing with us. I score my first goal, and I go and I look back at him. He's bent over. He's like, I'm like, you didn't even see it. So I'm like, I have to do it again. So I score again, and I look. He's doing the same thing. He's bent over and he's gassed. I'm like, come on, man.
That man hasn't played in a while, I think, that way. But yeah, hockey takes a lot out of you. All right, thanks, Joe. Well, we'll recap the Netflix trade in just a couple of seconds. I mean, taking some fills as we get to the downside. But right there's the TQs. We just took another fill right there. Nice reload, nice fill out. We'll take another bid actually right here. Let's put one at 05. And look, man, I mean, it might not be the most, we're having a great time here, and I hope you guys are as well watching. Please hit the like and the subscribe. Let us know how much fun you're having on this day as Obi sits here for Neil. We've been having an absolutely great day. Thanks, Joe. I hope Joe can keep adding some of this color on this show every single day. So thanks, Joe, for sticking around and doing that with us here this afternoon, as well as Derek, still parsing through news, of course. All right, Dave's trade idea of the day. So you're familiar with this. Every day, Dave tries to super chat if he has an idea here, and then we read about it. He makes fun of himself and so on and so forth. So let's do that together right now. Dave's trade of the day. Trade strong in market conditions, yes. You understand like riding a bike, okay. So he's talking about the trend, I guess, and strong market conditions today. In unfamiliar ones, poke the ground with a stick to avoid quicksand. All right, so this is more of a mentality, I guess, or sort of a philosophy right there. So maybe we should reread that. Trade strong in market conditions if you understand it, like riding a bike, okay? And in unfamiliar ones, right, be very, very cautious. So that's what I'm getting from that, Dave, and I think you're right. If you've seen something before, you can get a little more aggressive, right? I mean,
of course.
We've talked about, thank you, Dave. I mean, first of all, bang. If I'm understanding that correctly, I think that's nailed it dead on. You know, my biggest trade in the last couple of years was some of those IPO trades, and how I basically started it off was starting pretty small with it. Yeah. Either a couple hundred shares, whatever. And then as you start to ramp it up, then you start to use 1,000 shares. Then you use whatever shares. And then you just start to ramp it up.
It really provides liquidity.
Yeah. Then you start becoming a market maker. And then, so when it works out for you, you have those days where you immediately get flat and you call your wife. And that's basically what wound up happening. And yeah, so once you have a trade that you're confident on, you should be, opening up the floodgates a little bit and take that risk, because we are in an environment right now where you are rewarded a little bit for risk taking, and I do think that's something that you need to do when the iron strikes. Like if we hear something in our ear about, Trump has struck a deal with China or something, and the market sees it favorably, I might just hammer that long. We've seen it sort of continue on. How many times have we heard Trump say, buy the market or buy the tech space, or, that play that they made on Intel shot that stock up for a while. We've seen some good aggressive moves on stocks right now when news is hit. So if you can parse those things together, make some sense of it, you can definitely find some winners in this market. So I do want to say thank you so much there, David, for your super chat. A possible trade that's indicating right now, and a big shout out right here. This is why Aura Alpha got that aura about you. Triple bottom on IBIT.
Okay.
So let's have a quick little look at what that's been talking about right here. Right now, IBIT, and unfortunately, Bitcoin does crack through that 90 mark today, and but it's been doing okay. It's been holding right there. So are you talking about on the daily chart, or what their aura alpha, because if I look right now, I don't really see anything other than right around here, 50 40s or so. That, you know, could be a trade. I don't really see anything indicating right now for me. And then even on a daily there, I mean, maybe we can look at Bitcoin as a triple bottom or not. But this maybe is what you're talking about, this area here. So 46 to 48, this lines up for me. And this is, you know, you had to sort of punch blind there the last couple of days when we had those flushes in Bitcoin and in the general market, and had to just trust what, you know, what the long-term story is for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's very interesting. It's, as you know, Obi, there's no earnings associated with this. You just have to believe. You have to believe in the fall of the monetary system or whatever is why people are trying to hold this. Fiscal monetary policies around the world have been definitely over-leveraged, I would think, and the US dollar, although it's had a little strong move higher, is now trying to pull back. We've seen the strength in gold and the strength in silver, and the strength in Bitcoin could be that next little move higher. Bitcoin and, silver and gold continue to take out highs. Maybe Bitcoin is just around the corner there. So I think that this 80 to 85 area that we've seen here and here is probably something that could get bought in the near future if that does happen. But again, you have to stick your neck out, because Bitcoin's sort of support and resistance is actually around 70,000. So,
yeah, I mean, that's don't know if I'm going to get any fills down there, but I don't know if you remember. I was just like last run on that strong push. I think I mentioned this either last year or the year before. I was sitting on 15K. It never got filled.
Bitcoin?
Yeah. And then we had that strong run up through 30s and then 50s, and then 70 breakout was absolutely solid as well. And great trading on the higher time frame there. But yeah, we're taking a little bit of a breather, taking a little bit of a pullback here as well. Taking a pullback here on Netflix as well. So VWAP came in pretty decently here. Initial try didn't really, I was a little early, I knew that, but getting right back in when the sellers do step in here, coming back into 100. Let's see if that potentially comes in here as well. I'm watching Google here as well, a little light, but waiting and watching to see if this consolidation, you can see here, we've been holding that 320 since about 12:30 to see if that comes in for a little bit of a breakdown. But you can see, again, it's a beta stock. It kind of looks very similar to that of the market here on the day, but Flake's doing its own thing. Let's see what's going on with Adara.
I have more updates here with that story about Google. Again, we heard earlier, and Sean said kind of a nothing burger there. Google reportedly being queried by House Republican. So is Apple. It has to do with tracking apps here. Again, I don't have any more details than this, but apparently, they are both being queried by House Republicans with regards to their law enforcement tracking apps. We already heard kind of similar issues here with Apple in the past, with ICE-related apps. If I get any more details, I'll keep you posted. Back to you.
All right, so yeah, thanks, Adara, for all of that, obviously, as we continue to go. Look, here's a note. What's up, Zach? Hope you're doing well. Zach Bobek there. I mean, great comment, but, NVIDIA and the Qs, I mean, they can trade oppo each other, and I'm not holding anything down, man. The amount of shares I have right now is a sneeze, so don't worry about that, but I will look. Thank you for that message. I like that there. Let's have a quick look at NVIDIA. Oh, on that note, yes. Before you even said that, I just got out more of the Qs, so we'll see where this one acts. And look, man, I mean, 20 cents from here, we're out anyways. If we take out that top on the NASDAQ, we're just trying to make a little bit of money here, right? We got to go to the movies tonight. My kids got snowboarding. I got mouths to feed at home. I'm just playing around. Okay, so that's the TQs. What was that, NVIDIA? Let's have a quick look. Yeah. I mean, look at the NASDAQ, first of all. I mean, I know my mug is covering it, but I'm not sure what Obi and I are supposed to do. It is sometimes tough to draw blood from a stone, and it's tough to draw volatility from the NASDAQ right now. So we'll continue to look at individual names. I'm going to call up that visualizer that's properly displayed behind us. Maybe we can find some trade ideas off of that, and we'll get going to see what you guys want to talk about. But I have the same idea here about NVIDIA. So sorry, Zach Bobek there. I would still think that NVIDIA looks short to me right now. I mean, it's the same kind of look as the NASDAQ, so you're right about that. Looking for the NASDAQ to break higher here. NVIDIA is a very, very similar pattern. We've hit VWAP, and we're still underneath. So I would say that probably NVIDIA, barring some kind of story or something, I don't think it will really get going today, but we're in that last 40 minutes now, and the last 10 are influenced by these imbalances. So I'm not 100% sure where this market's going to go, and I don't like the chances of this thing ripping either. I'll look over at AMD for you just to give a little look, because maybe there's a little bit more juice to this one. One and the same. Right there, they both bounced off VWAP. They're both heading a little lower. If anything, I actually like the NVIDIA long a little bit better than AMD right here. And if we're just gonna look at the broader index, which is the SMH here, the semiconductor holding ETF, they're all matching, right? I mean, and I guess maybe the long, I don't know. I don't really have a preference in any of these spots right now. I think if we're going to look to trade somewhere, I'll flip back to Obi. Maybe you have an idea if you want to recap that Netflix. But
yeah, I just got out of the rest of it.
Okay, good. So SMR might be a play. It's down 4%. We've just bounced off VWAP a little bit. So in a play that could have some movement to it, SMR. I actually like a break of this if that does come through. But yeah, dip buy. I don't think I like the short in this name. They do have a good short float heading into the weekend. I don't know if I'd like to be short SMR, but yeah, without a trade idea for now. Why don't you recap your Netflix, and then we'll look at that visualizer for the last 20 minutes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, so just a quick tape scalp here, kind of looking for a little pre-anticipatory here, looking for that this prior high to hold. But when sellers come in and around VWAP there, 101s, we can see that kind of rejected there as well. Sellers stepped in. I was like, all right, I want to get involved with this. Again, taking a quick little scalp here back through. I was looking for 100 to come in. We got all the way down to 120s, I think. Let's get specific. 115 is the ultimate low there. On that initial push, I get picked up on the 25s for a little bit. I cover pretty much the rest around 50s here now at the end. This could still potentially come in, right? I'm looking for us to kind of come right back into this consolidation where we were consolidating for over an hour 45 minutes, I think I pointed out a little bit earlier. The market's sideways consolidative as well for the past few hours. So yeah, I don't really see anything too crazy, Sean. No. I think that something to watch out for might be one of the earnings names as well. So let's take a quick look at some of those here to see how those are coming along at the same time. So let's go down to a 15-minute chart just to take a look at how they've been doing during the day. So I didn't have too many earnings names on watch off of the open, but RBRK was one of them, Rubrik. And yeah, this one, I don't know, gave some decent moves off of the open, holding its high, so that's pretty good. Holding VWAP, so that's pretty good. We've been kind of consolidating, chopping around it. We attempted to push that $90 level a couple of times and didn't really follow through, but same way to the downside. We attempted to sell off aggressively back through some of these consolidation, pre-market consolidation highs. Right off of the open, we can't really make it. We use that resistance now turned into support, and we've been kind of chopping around VWAP right there, which is sitting at $87.14. So Rubrik, decent push and pull off of the open, but I like the consolidation, maybe looking for that day two move coming in on Monday, could be something, but if we crack this consolidation high or low going into the close, that could be potentially something as well. I was also watching DocuSign here. So DocuSign, another day one earnings name here. We got that continuation off of the open, but you had to be quick because buyers stepped right back in here and picked it all up, all the way up to 67s here. But similar story as the other name, consolidating pretty tightly in and around VWAP now is DocuSign. The other one was Ulta. We know that Adara was involved in this one a little bit earlier. Look at that, very strong push off of the open, pull back into 600, holding VWAP pretty decently here. So another name on the roster for a day two move. So that's what I'm watching there on Ulta Beauty. What's up, Adara?
Look at the daily and the weekly on ULTA, and you may see an interesting thing that happened this morning.
All right, so we can take a look at this daily and weekly. Thank you. Let's see what's going on here. All right, are these all-time highs? I think so. All right, so an all-time high push on Ulta Beauty. So yeah, there's a bit of a miss on my part. There you go. So gap up continuation for Ulta Beauty through all-time highs there as well, even on the weekly. Look at that, looking pretty decent, showing us that breakout level was 574.76, let's call it 575 here on the day. Let's see how we actually broke through that 575 here. So did that come in on the intraday? Absolutely yes. Okay, all right. So the opening range low is actually sitting at 576. We broke that level in the pre-market, and we were just off to the races, straight to the upside there. 611.82s is the current high on Ulta Beauty. So that was another name. Again,
we talked about that. I mean, I showed that exact chart this morning and was like, oh my God, we're breaking through here. What a great opportunity. Look, I mean, I just heard Adara mention that. Obviously, she's looking at some charts. So why don't we get a little bit of a trade review from Adara? I mean, she's been sitting over there at the desk making some moves today, and I've been looking, and very impressive day, Adara. So let's go. Do you want to break down one of your trades, maybe just quickly, and we can share your screen or whatever? So let's see one of Adara's trades.
Yeah, I'll be pretty brief here. And yeah, unfortunately, a little bit of LFT, but who cares, because you got to try things you like. So I really like this Ulta for the same reason I mentioned. I tried this initially kind of aggressively here on that 593. I get stopped out. That's okay, because I get right back in once I continue to see we want to push higher. Then I add, then I take some profit around 600. We're at all-time highs. You never really know where to take profit. Tried to add once we pushed back up again at the 597. Didn't work, that's okay. I get stopped out maybe a bit prematurely here around 605s, but yeah, please just punch with that 593s to 605 move. Please just punch with that trade. Tried a couple shorts here. Didn't really work. Flat on this one, kind of stopped out immediately on that one. So it is what it is. Those are just one trade, and yeah, nice day for spready stocks as well. Costco was quite kind to me. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful trading.
Great job, Adara.
Beautiful trading, to say the least, on a beauty name like Ulta, right? So yeah, great stuff there.
Yeah, exactly.
Great trading.
And that's what's about, like, trading. That was a name in play. And I really like what she said there, where she got stopped out, but then realized where the momentum was and got right back in it. And that stuff that you and I talked about is similar to how you made your money back on Netflix there, right? The trade kind of slowed down a little bit. You caught that, and you caught the top side of that trade. So cheers to Adara's thought process, and that's really oh, here, what's up, Gavin? I'm going to see if I can put that in here. Here it is, right here. Yes, I would say cheers. Oh, it didn't go up. Send selected. No, it must be down. That website must be down. Okay, but anyways, right here, the sharing the message website I think is down, Fabian, if that matters at all at this point. Cheers, great to hear Adara's. Okay, he's just testing something good. No problem. Fabian, don't worry about it, man. Cheers, great to hear Adara's thought process. And that's the whole point is that was really the idea behind this show in the first place, was to share different. There it is. So thank you so much, Gavin. Is that Gavin Rossdale or whatever from? What's that band? Maybe used to be married to Gwen Stefani? Bush.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's zen there. But yeah, so by the way, we just had a nice move down there on the TQs. I mean, it's just small little takes here, but you know what? Like these add up. These add up, Obi, especially when you're able to reload these things at the spots you're thinking about. We did pretty good there taking that advantage anyways on that name. So I don't know. I'm just getting some orders out. It's kind of layering them through here. Yeah, Gavin Rossdale, isn't that his name? From Bush X. Big band back when I was growing up anyways, maybe mid-90s, I don't know, something like that. But Gwen Stefani, no doubt. Oh, she's married to somebody else now, some country singer.
Blake Shelton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blake Shelton. Gavin. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at TGL because I was going to look at the locator there back there to see what's going on the stock screener that we've identified there right underneath Adara's desk. We'll look at the visualizer. That's the name of it. $28. Someone said it looks like the Nasdaq had a few too many pops at lunch. Yeah, I think you might be right, man. The Nasdaq has either had a little bit too much at lunch or just had some turkey and is right now just trying to chill out here, having some Thanksgiving leftovers. I mean, it might be a little too late for that now. How long can you take turkey? I think if you put it in the fridge, it might be okay for this long, but I don't know. There it goes to the downside right now, the Nasdaq trying to go, but still, man, I don't know. This is why I'm just layering out of these things. I'm not going to put any more money at risk in this space right now, but there goes TGL. They've halted, I think. Our Halt scanner is littered with TGL right here. Just like basically nonstop. The last halt was at 251. So now we've been open now for about 40 minutes or so and not getting much action there on TGL. This may be a good time to double check the imbalance locator. So let's call that thing up right now and just have a quick look. We'll sort it by size to see what is popping off right here into the close. So it's still early, right? It's 3:30. You'll get a major update actually in a minute at 3:30. So all of this will sort of update here. What we have is our broker running around the floor of the NYSE giving us these updates. And that's why it says broker over here, right? These ones that are NASDAQ, if you ever see NASDAQ on here, that's from either this morning or it's something that's been halted. So right now, those NASDAQ ones will populate. There is no big board or anything like at the NYSE where it's posted what some of these imbalance. See, there we go. Just get a little bit of an update. Kenvue, there goes the 3.2 million shares to sell. We can click on that and have a quick look to see what's, yeah, it's not affecting the stock at all, but Kenvue is having a flat day anyways, down 0.26. And all of these imbalances will have to get paired off at the close. So I'm not seeing anything on here. We had, what was it for Kalshi? It was VEEV, it was Carvana there. So these are all NASDAQ names actually. Cheniere, I'm surprised that's actually not in. That might have been in and then out. LNG, so I don't know. But I don't see any of those names on here right now. So I would say there might not be anything happening, but again, that's not for rebalance. That is for an addition to the S&P 500. So that's gonna come after market and no one's supposed to know what it is. So I don't expect anybody to front run that. But on here, Archer Aviation, maybe a small little bid as well. Pretty separated between bids and buys and sells here. It's very mixed on the board. So I don't get any indication one way or the other right now on the imbalance locator. SOFI just kind of continuously going higher right here. Let's just take an opportunity to get out of SOFI. It's been a really good trade today. It's almost back to the highs where we need to get some out. I was actually talking with one of my friends over WhatsApp there today, and he asked me what I thought about SOFI, and I said, funny thing you ask, I just got some more shares today. So I really like that SOFI talk. I like the business. I like the fact that their loan margin is going to be improved here as we lower the rates. I think banking stocks can work, obviously, in this environment. How come I'm not filled? I'm waiting for 77s. So with the interest rate expected to be cut next week by 50 basis points, Freudian slip there. Not 50 basis points at all. Yeah. Oh, that's what's happening. I put the wrong price. There. Oh man, now I got to get out. What am I doing on SOFI? I'm going to have to offer some 74s now to get out. There we go. Okay, we get some 74s. All right. And that's going to happen next week. Let's just double check that. So I think banks can, in a lowering interest rate environment, I think banks can win there, right? It creates a more interesting environment for loans, more affordable for the general public there, and Main Street appreciates that. So there's 87.2. That's the percentage that we get that 50 point again. 25-point raise cut down to 350 to 375. So looks like that's going to come through. Although if it stays like this, this is the most undecided that we've had, I think, in a very long time. Even the fact that there is a 13% chance that we hold steady next Wednesday, that's interesting. And then as you move longer, it looks like right now the January rate cut will not happen. There's a 66% chance right now that there is no cut at all in January, right? If you lead out to March, that's where there's a 40% chance that we get that rate cut again. So it's looking like 40% chance that come March 18th, which, I mean, the market is going to be not much different on March 18th than it is today. There's a 40% chance that we get that 50-point move from here to then March 18th. That's the most likely look there for the Fed Watch tool. 87% on the 10th, which is next Wednesday. So join us. Those are great shows, man. We'll put Powell on. We'll have him there. Adara's one of her busiest days as she listens to the news and listens to the questions being asked to Powell and tries to break down. The interesting point about that, it's actually not that hard because what they do is they strike out the words that are not in this current report that were in the last report. So you can see like, cautionary is gone or whatever. And so that easy to indicate there potentially what the mood of the Fed is. And then of course, I think it was May, we should be able to see a new Fed chair coming through. And we do that, it's gonna be Trump appointed. And if it was up to Trump, I don't know, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he has been championing lower rates. So I would assume that whomever steps in there would feel similarly to that. So
Sorry, I just want to add here because I think it's kind of interesting. For what it's worth, Kevin Hassett, who has heavily been favored to be the Fed chair, he's already said if they pick him, that he will lower rates, and that's why he's better than Powell. So it's like really weird. He's kind of been campaigning for it. It's kind of funny, but yeah, Hassett.
Yeah, so that's it was on Kalshi, it was 75 or 80% or so chance that he's coming through as well. So Kevin Hassett there most likely will be your next Fed chair unless Donald Trump wakes up on the other side of the bed and decides something else. I think like a lot of these decisions can, blow, like change as the wind blows here on the Fed rate tool. So just quickly, TQ's not doing anything and market not doing anything. TGL maybe doing something. $26, that could be a trade. There was a trade called a stock called Drug Bright Minds that was moving around a little bit today as well. This name just halt, like a bunch of halts on this as well, I would think had happened today, but not enough volume. Maybe not even a halt, I don't know. Only 133,000 shares done today on drugs. So
I want to know what drug the traders who are on that stock are taking. Because,
yeah, it looks like an upper early and maybe a downer late. So maybe they had some beers there at lunch too. I don't know what's going on. And the other one was WHLR that I'm seeing in the chat. Wheeler as well. But see, like what I'm saying, like, I don't, a lot of these names are trying to go right now, and this one, 83 million shares, may be leading the day here, Wheeler, but Open Door is also one that, we'll watch pretty frequently here on the stream as well. So Open Door trying to make a move now into the $7 age, which I like. I like that for a dip buy opportunity. Elon for Fed chair. Wouldn't that be wild, David?
That'd be crazy.
That came through.
Talk about maximum efficiency.
Talk about, Doge. Talk about instant acceptance of, robo-taxis and everything there. He's like, I'll do it for you. If you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back type of thing. That doesn't happen in politics, does it?
Oh, no.
No. Everything is always on board, above water.
No such thing as corruption.
Yeah, no.
No such thing as things happening under the table.
For sure.
But,
right.
It's what it is. There's a name that I did forget to talk about, which was part of my watch list in the morning, and that was Dollar General. Today was earnings day 2, and today was more of the same. Yesterday, we got an aggressive bid off of the open. Sure, it got absolutely slammed right back in, but it holds the opening range low pretty well for a nice revisit of the highs, and then holds there for pretty much majority of the day, and then trends up higher going into the close. So about a 5-hour hold of this level, a nice slow trickle up all the way into the close. Guess what? Right off of the open, we get that continuation, and today we hit a high of 135 all the way from a reaction low yesterday, or I guess opening range low yesterday of 114. So just off of the lows into today's highs, Dollar General has moved about over 17%. So pretty decent move there. Bit of a miss on my part. I think even if you feel a little antsy getting in right off of the open, you can kind of let it wait and let it consolidate here. You can see that hold of VWAP as well, and look at when it takes out that consolidation high. That's coming in at 128.80s. That's straight off to the races. You can see that's confirmed and confluenced with increased volume on that breakout, which makes it even better. So here's the thing. If you don't like it here, guess what? On the pullback, this sustain, and then you get that another volume push through the highs once again, and then stair step. The only distinct selling maybe in and around here around 12 o'clock, but that holds up pretty decently as well. Higher highs and higher low structure, but breaking down as of, I guess, strong volume candle there at 251 for a reversion back down into VWAP. But now VWAP is holding 132.08 as well. So pretty decent move on Dollar General, and a second day run here. Don't know if it's going to do the same thing on day 3 coming into Monday, but definitely going to be watching this name as well. Higher time frame, what was it doing? So let's take a quick look on the weekly here as well. Wow, look at that. That is 117. So what did we say yesterday's opening range low was? 114s, 115s. We broke out of a multi-week, multi-month. Is this multi-year? I would say so, because we're breaking this aggressively strong volume earnings week candle all the way from August of 2024 as well. And that came in today, I think. What's the high there? 121.42. So let's go back to the shorter time frame and check out where that came in. 121.42. Okay, you know what? We actually broke that yesterday as well. So a sustain of two significant levels, in my opinion, had been done into the close yesterday on Dollar General. So maybe adding strong confluence for a potential continuation off of the open on earnings day 2 on Dollar General. So a bit of a miss on my part, but that was another trade that I was watching in the morning session. Didn't really participate in it, although it worked out pretty decently. Warner Brothers, WBD, is kind of coming back up into its high. So we did get past that 26 mark. 25 held like a champ off of the open. Once again here in and around the midday session here, where did it come in? Around 1240. You can see this aggressive bid. I want to know what the tape looked like here. Maybe some change, maybe some news happening, whatever it is. Aggressive bid that breaks day highs and then pushes up into some of these pre-market reaction levels as well from the morning news. So should be interesting to see how this story develops on Warner Brothers. But you know, we were talking about them, all the shows being a part of Netflix now. I'm curious to know if they're going to bring back any of like the cartoons. You ever watch you know, those WB cartoons? Animaniacs.
Is that Looney Tunes? Is Looney Tunes?
Do you ever watch Animaniacs? Pinky and the Brain?
Yeah, so that was a little bit after my childhood, but I do know that because I did. My eldest was all about Pinky and the Brain a little bit there.
Yeah.
Is Warner Brothers? Is that like Elmer Fudd and all those guys? It might be because I remember the Warner Brothers logo all the time.
Looney Tunes. Yeah, Looney Tunes is Warner Bros.
That's what I'm saying about Netflix.
Imagine they bring that back. Like Looney Tunes.
They will.
Dude, I still every now and then when I'm just chilling doing nothing, I'll watch like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll watch Sylvester.
You'll watch Bugs Bunny?
Tweety. Yeah.
I like the Roadrunner.
Yeah, the Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, setting those traps and stuff,
yeah.
man.
You know, he's always ordering stuff from Acme, and then you know, it's not really working out.
Literally blowing the guy up.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I used to play that game. I forget what game specific, what it was called, but the Wile E. Coyote game on PlayStation 1, and that was I have so many memories on that game. It was absolutely beautiful there. But
it's going to be awesome. I
think
can't
it's
wait
gonna
to
be
show
great
that
if they
stuff
bring
to
that
my
back.
kids.
Yeah.
Again, what's up, Adair?
So I actually have an infographic here. These are like, this is not at all an extensive list, but here are some of the channels and then some of the entities that you're gonna get here with this deal. So I didn't even realize, like, Warner Brothers covers Turner Classic Movies, TNT Sports, the Food Network, the Travel Channel, Animal Planet, Discovery Channel, hence Warner Brothers Discovery, the Oprah Winfrey Network. Like, there are a ton of channels that are, and also entities here, like, you know, DC, Game of Thrones, Euphoria, everything on HBO, everything in DC Comics, etc. Like, I think the scope of this deal really does need to be examined. You can check out this infographic on X at TTV Research. And I do want to remind you guys, I post on the weekend now too. We have scheduled posts that come out during the weekend. We have Oracle earnings next week. You know that there's going to be some stuff there on that for me, so you guys can check that out on X at TTV Research. Give us a follow and make sure to like and subscribe to this show as we send you back to the men themselves.
Yeah, I just retweeted that great graphic there.
It's called
put me in, coach. Right here. What did you say, sorry?
Sorry, the game was called Sheep, Dog, and Wolf, the Wile E. Coyote.
Hey, interesting there.
Yeah.
You take a look at this.
Did you look at that?
There it is, man. What up now? Money bag, yo. Come on, man. I was doing something there, Joseph.
Big.
All right, there it is, man. Those bags have been emptied out before we go home here today. So
all right.
Paying for a little popcorn there at the movie.
Wacky Racers is probably one of the best shows. Yeah, Wacky Racers is definitely up there.
But what was it? Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Cartoon Network. Remember Super Babies? Remember Super Babies?
Super Babies.
Super Babies was a good one. So yeah.
What is happening here?
My ear cannonball run. Fabian just came into my ear over there. Yeah, no, thanks, Adair. I mean, great little retweet there. Go find it on at Trader TV Research. I mean, to see all those. It's funny that you did that, Adair, because this is me on Gemini. Honestly, this is what I did. I was trying to get out so I can understand like which properties would be there. So if we came back, I was going to talk about it. So I actually asked them, what properties is Netflix acquiring the Warner Brothers takeover? Like what shows, major shows, things like that. So there it is right here, the HBO Prestige Collection. Here's all the big ones, White Lotus, Sopranos, all this, and then it goes into more and more details. But so I was looking that up as well. But Adair's got it nicely done on a infographic for your viewing pleasure. All right, man, we now are almost out of everything in SoFi. Why? Because we get that price, man. We get 80s, and that's exactly what we wanted there on SoFi. So we get that, we get 80s again. We're just sitting right at that top. We talked about missing that top before. Do we miss it again, Obi? Nope. No, we do not. So we get out right there. Now my stop, let's put it in together right now. For the last 2.5%, it's a very, very small piece right here. Breaking the 200 period moving average. I'm not even gonna wait for VWAP. We only have now 6 minutes until those imbalances come through. 27.59er on the breakdown. All right, look, yesterday, this is all verified on the stream. We were at one point 12 for 12 on our 12 most recent trade ideas. Okay, yesterday, we went short in the afternoon because we're trying to support my guy over there on AEO, all right? All kidding aside, I like the setup here. All right, it was moving into this area, we shorted, we got stopped out right there, was a relatively small hit. As soon as we got stopped out, these are 5-minute bars, it absolutely tanked. So the idea was fine, the timing was off, all right? Trade review time. Today, we only have 3 names traded. Nice. This is Amazon. Bang, cannot be a loser, right? Out where we got in, all these other outs. Boom. Boom. SoFi.
Banger.
Banger. My #1 trade today.
Boom.
And then we're all experiencing this together.
There you go.
So 3 for 3 there today, putting it at right now, 13 plus 3, 16, 15 for 16, our last verified trade ideas here. And again, it's just about that doesn't matter. The ratio doesn't matter. It's just, and I was saying this again to everybody on the stream before. It's like, I think it's just a more, I was noticing, and you were sitting beside me for many, many days as well, obviously this trading, I would get really excited the first couple minutes, and it was like, oh my God, here comes Tesla, or here comes Netflix, or here comes Amazon, or whatever, and it would, come into our levels, and I was like, oh my God, it's breaking the top, and then, you'd look and say, oh, that's a break, we got to punch long on that break, and then it would come back in, and I'd get stopped out or whatever, and then I would notice that, hey, once the market settled down, we were able to find decent trades. So really, this Amazon trade doesn't start till 9:42, and then when it comes in, it's there on VWAP, we take a little bit of a smaller fill there, and then when it pulls back, we already have a predetermined low right into here that we start playing off of. You guys know I like the 200 period moving average, and the exact same thing happened for SoFi today. All this is just sort of a maturation of the strategy. Like, it's just, we knew we had SoFi. SoFi, Amazon were all the top 2 trades on here, right? The only one that we don't have on here is the Qs. So here it is again, the same type of thing. We like the SoFi long, but if we take it early, we get waxed. It comes right down into our 27 level. We don't even take it then. We let it bounce off of that. Once it does that, we find an area that we like, and we bang that to the north side. And then that was the trade there. So it's just like trying to be more calm, more relaxed here, and just make the trades that you want, but give it a little bit to breathe. And like right now, here we go again. Here comes okay. All right, Obi, I'm going to take another piece out right here at 01s on the TQQs if we could get that fill. And here it comes breaking back down right there. There it is. There's the 01 fill. So again, like, this is real trading. You saw me get into this position. We reloaded it. We did all the work there. And now, pay dirt, we're waiting at 95s. We told you 55.95. So here it comes right back into the downside again, is the TQQs. So there we get, I mean, we get it again there, Obi, so I know you're still on. Oh, you're out of everything.
Yeah, I got out of, right Google did a bit of a wipe up all the way to 321s and then pulled back about 50%. So I was just like, all right, cool. I don't necessarily want to stay involved if you're going to do that going into the imbalances. Yeah, things can get a little bit choppy, but we are selling off here coming into the end of the day. So hours of consolidation, I guess we're going to meet a little bit of selling coming into these imbalances now. Only about 2 minutes and 10 seconds left until those come out. Let's take a quick rundown of how the SPY is setting up here going into the close. Let's take a quick look there. That's what that's looking like. Consolidation day lows also 684.57s. That's potentially coming in here, not that far away, only about 30, 40 pennies roughly in and around that area here. We know that Sean's in the TQ, so I won't take a look at those. But I think let's go down the list here. NVIDIA right here. Consolidation lows. Once again, another one that's looking similar. Amazon, let's take a quick look at that one right there. Day lows coming in, making a beeline for that one. There, Google, we were just part of this one here as well. Consolidation, but a little bit tighter and stronger than the rest of them here as well. So Apple, let's take the next one right here. So downtrend, holding up what it's been doing for the past few days coming into the end of the week here. We attempt to push 288s. Strong selling Wednesday, strong selling Thursday. I guess maybe not as strong, but definitely seller dominant on the day today is Apple as well. So Microsoft kind of sideways chop. Nothing too crazy. Gave us a little bit of a shake and bake there through the opening ranges. Now we're kind of coming right back up into opening ranges as well. Meta, let's take a quick look at that. There you go. Consolidating at the high. So distinctly different is Meta, but you can see maybe a lot of the selling was done yesterday after a strong push up higher there on Meta platform. So that's a quick recap of the Mag 7. And I think I just saw a super chat come in there real quick. So Louis Mendoza, thank you so much for the super chat. Sean is the master and Obi is the Padawan. I think that's nice about
talk,
right.
But no, I'm not far from a master. But yeah, look, I think we work really well together. Obi and I always seem to put on a good show. So thanks, Obi, for coming through. We do have Neil, of course, back on deck, and his trading style very unique and much different than yours and I's. So as many of our styles are different, although I think my guy over here, Joe, has a little bit of me there as well, and I do of him. So we're very happy with that. And he shorted Netflix with you as well today. So great job. Great job, Joe.
Yeah.
What happened? I missed it.
I think the
the imbalances are out right now. Okay, here we go right now. WRB, what up with that right now? I have no idea what this stock is all up to right now, but it doesn't look like it's moving too much there. Amazon with a sell those bags off a little bit right here into the close. So there's Amazon selling, no bags at all. Of course, Amazon's a great stock. Intel. Actually, Obi, this one we kind of maybe slept on here. I mean, we did really well on these futures, so I didn't really sleep on anything. But there's Intel, nice move to the downside right there. Broadcom is a heavily favored name in the market, and that's a sell side, and that's just ticking down. You can see that tick a little lower there for Broadcom. Mara, we can look at quickly. That's 33 million shares today, 500,000 sell. Not really moving it anywhere. I'm not seeing much on here. Kenvue seems to always be on this, and the imbalances just never really seem to do anything. I don't know if it's some major fund getting out of it or what, but there's another sell imbalance there for Kenvue one more time here today.
They're every day, man.
That's what I mean. Like, what's up with that? Like, literally every single day. All right, so here's the TQs, making new lows. I may just cover. Let's cover a little bit more here anyways of this at 91 and then see what happens. And then, you know, SOFI is starting to tick back up just a little bit. Why don't we just cover that right now, back upside, down 7%, 6.5% today. Good trading today, obviously, for SOFI, my number one stock on the day. So we'll just offer 72s and see if we can get that on the way back upside there for SOFI. But yeah, that's it for me right here. We'll cover some of those Qs, which we do. We'll even cover them even more now as we head a little bit lower. We get some 87s there, and they're still falling down. So there it goes, man. The stock that we talked about, I only had one trade on all day. I know some of you in the chat were tailing this trade, and if you did, congratulations. I mean, I don't know what else I can do right here. We discussed this over and over again, and there's the magic trade at the end of the day. Nice move down for the TQs. And, you know, we always wish we had a little bit more shares, but we told you that we were just trading in 1 to 2 units with the NASDAQ kind of going sideways until it didn't. Oh, that's that, man. We already talked about that. Your family's coming in for the weekend. That's great. I'm trying to check out why I'm going. We've already bought the tickets. 5 nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
That was really cool. My kid likes that, so we're going to go check that out tonight. Very, very busy weekend. We walk in the Santa Claus Parade tomorrow. That should be fun. There's a team hockey team Christmas party tomorrow as well. And then I'm up. My kid's really taking a liking to snowboarding. Right. We talked about this earlier. So we'll be up north. It's just such a busy weekend. We'll be up north, just a couple hours north, and not even from here on Sunday for a little bit, and then back home to watch the Packers annihilate the Bears at 4:25, I believe, in Lambeau Field. That should be fun. We will recap the game on Monday.
Yeah. No, sorry. I just got I think I had a order sitting on Netflix, so I got filled on. Filled on that one there. Yeah, no. I just I posted out. That just come in. I'm just getting in out on the jitter there above 100. So I had posted the cover from that short from earlier. Never really canceled it. But yeah, I guess a quick little 10 pennies or maybe a little less there. But yeah, on Netflix, because I saw the arrow show up and I'm like, wait, what? I'm in.
I hate
I'm
that.
like, okay, wait, no, yeah.
I hate that. I hate that feeling.
But yeah, no. So all right, guys, for too long, trading meant risking your own money or never having enough to start. The fear of losing. That's what kept so many traders on the sidelines. But that's changing. Trade the Pool is transforming how traders access the markets. With its limited risk trading model, traders use funded capital while Trade the Pool absorbs the downside. This allows traders to focus on what truly matters: discipline, consistency, and growth. When you hit the profit target, you keep 70% of the profits. No fear, no barriers, just real opportunity. This is the revolution of limited risk trading powered by Trade the Pool. Visit tradethepool.com or scan the QR code now and get 10% off your first evaluation. Right, so Flakes kind of balancing back to 100. So yeah, I was talking to Joe about this. I was talking to Sean about this. I was like, yeah, in the morning, I was very, I had very strong conviction of this being mispriced above 101s. Doesn't matter what I think, but at the end of the day, we kind of come back in. So I guess if I did continue that thought, I think I could have been involved much more aggressively, even on this retest of VWAP. Sellers step right back in, right? 101's attempt to push, and then we come right back into 100. So this should be interesting going forward to see what is going on here as well. In terms of imbalances, I'm not really seeing anything too crazy. Yeah, look at this thing kind of slap around in and around that 100. So definitely a lot of players transacting and interacting in and around this price. $100 on Netflix should be interesting as well. Let's take a quick look at what WBD is up to. Okay, 2606. So we are pushing the highs there on Warner Brothers. Let's see if this one can kind of take out the highs there, WBD, going into the close. It definitely looks like,
wow, Darth Trader.
It's about 3 pennies away right there. All right, so yeah, a little bit of a super chat there.
Winnipeg.
Here's to the Bears winning for me on Sunday and the Bulls showing up for everybody Monday. Have a great weekend and bear down. Nice. Right.
No. I putting the word Bears with winning, I've never really seen that before, so that's why I thought it said Winnipeg. But it did not Adara, my bad on that one. That's why I thought it was like a shout out to Adara, because Bears and winning just doesn't really jive that well with me, especially when they face the Packers. I mean, it's something like they lost like 27 straight times against Green Bay.
Wow.
But not recently. I think last
that's
year.
A stat.
That was snapped last year. That could also be incorrect. Okay, so just right now we have, I saw how many people were watching. 4,300 watching and 430 likes. So that's like 10%. We got to get a hell of a lot higher than that.
Pump those.
So hit the like button, man. Obi's been doing a great job. I think we've had put on a great show. Joe's showing out with us right here as well. So hit the like button immediately if you can do that. Man. That would be absolutely fantastic. Want to
He's got his toque back on.
Everybody, yeah, Joe's getting ready to get out of here, man. You got the toques back. You know, if the toque is back on, then you know that there has to be something going on.
A little chilly, yeah.
There right now. Now I'm not as warm anymore.
Yeah, it's a little chillier now.
Yeah. Now
I'm telling you, the Joey Options toque indicator.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the new indicator around here. All right, let's see what SMX is doing, because this name right there was very expensive to short today. So obviously that probably is not in many people's abilities there. It was over $1,000 at one point for 100 shares. So you need like a $100 move, and that never. Sure, it does happen if you catch the total top 480. We're going to go out around 3:30 or so here on SMX. But what a great day that was for many traders. If you were long, I don't know what would have been done here in the afternoon.
Yeah. I got a question for you.
Okay.
Monday, over under 500 SMX.
Oh, I don't under.
Under?
I mean, Only because this stuff doesn't
counts.
keep going.
Pre-market action counts as well. Like, do you think we're going to make a print above 500 by Monday?
So that's
we
not
can
even
open.
the high
We can
today.
open up at 200 on Monday.
The high today is 476, right? I mean, I don't.
No, that was the high a day, I think.
Yeah, 490, whatever
490,
that is right there. Okay, so
yeah.
I'll say no, but not no as in like no way. I just, you know, these things don't last forever, and eventually people wise up to the trade, and it just doesn't go. But I mean, I'll turn it to you. You're going to say yes?
I mean, with the way it's been stepping and nothing else really changes, I think we can very easily see a 500, 7, or even a 750 print if we continue to like trap squeeze like this. But you know, I don't know. I'm just.
What does everybody else think
question,
there?
right?
Put a one. We don't have time for a poll. Put a 1 in the chat if you think above 500, and a 2 in the chat if you think below, and then we'll just try our very, very best to figure out what people are putting on here. Okay, so I'll put it up here. So guys, so 1 is above, 2 is below. So it looks like there's a lot of 1. Okay, now the 2s are 3. Good one. I like that one. 1s, 2s, 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 2s. It's basically going to be, get that stupid thing out of here. The poll is already up right there. So above or below, I'm gonna go Belwo right here. That's how fast it went up there.
Yeah.
I'm on Belwo.
You're Ramin laughing.
I'm on Belwo right there, and we'll just wait to see where it goes. But I'm on the Belwo, and it looks like right now it's 50-50. So I don't know, man.
All right.
It's definitely mixed up there. So yeah, I'm going to go with that, and we're going to see where it prints. It's only 30 seconds left right now, and very, very interesting poll there that we have up, and it looks like it's going to go out at 50-50. A quick check on Tesla. See what that's doing. This is a very, very popular name. Look at that, man. So exciting, and I kid, during the afternoon. All right, 20 seconds left. What a great week.
Yeah, man.
And we go out with no red, nothing red this week on quite the streak that we just talked about. And it's just telling everybody that this is a very active market. And if you pick your strategies, they can be working for you. And this has been a very exciting week. Join us on Monday at 8 a.m.
3, 2, and 1. There we go.
There it is. So, you know, a pretty good day overall. I mean, the NASDAQ actually held out nicely, right? Up 0.41, then ES up 0.15. And if we just have a little bit of a broader look, we didn't actually, I meant to pull this out, and we didn't do it at all during the show. Sometimes when we had the recap, we like to look at these things as well. But you could see here, pretty mixed day, right? So it looks like the broader market, although ends up, the S&P 500 only up 0.15. It looks like there was some red over here in the health technology spot with Eli Lilly being down, AbbVie, not too many green names over here, Amgen down that 3%. That might have been one of the bigger ones. There's Tesla up 0.1, Amazon up 0.9. Good bounce back day for some of these retail names. We saw Lululemon nicely going. There's your Ulta Beauty down there from Adair and yourself, sort of covered that a little bit there as well, up 13%. Apple, Broadcom, Meta, to go Tesla. Not much going on. There's health services. So if there's anything red, it would be over here. Led, of course, by UNH, the biggest name in that space. And then, I guess consumer non-durables, Procter, Coke, Pepsi, Mondelez. And that makes a little bit of sense as those are sort of flight to safety names. As we get a bump up in the NASDAQ, we probably get some money rotating back into some of those more safer names. All right. We already talked about what we're doing this weekend. I hope everybody out there also has a fantastic weekend. But we didn't ask Adara what she was up to. So, Adara, do you have any plans this weekend?
I actually, is my button? Yes, hello. I actually do. Yeah, I'm busy. I'm very busy this whole weekend. I'm hanging out with some friends tonight.
Perfect.
Going out, and then I'm going to a family thing on Saturday, and then Sunday I also have plans. So it shall be chaos, but hopefully fun chaos. And I'm definitely excited to see you all on Monday.
Likewise, and 'tis the season. You know, This is the season for friends and family and getting out there. So let's leave it on that positive note. You know, no matter what you guys are doing this weekend, make sure you enjoy it. You know, if you can with others and your family, and you know, like we said, 'tis the season to happy thoughts, and go Packers, of course, and go Bulls or Bears come Monday morning. And right now, it is 60% favored. Right there for above 500. So there we go, man. The Bulls be running on SMX apparently on Monday morning. So look for another 70% move higher on that one Monday morning, according to our chat. All right, Obi, always a pleasure, man. Do me a favor and make sure you always come back. Thank you for covering for Neil. And I think I might have, I don't know if I have a day out. No, my next day is off, not till the 19th. But we will see all of you guys back on Monday. So for Brendan, Sia, Adara, Fabian, Ramin, Andre, Sharif, Joe's out of here, I think. And Adara, everybody, please have a wonderful weekend. That's Obi. I'm Sean. Ciao for now. 8 a.m. Monday.